going on, everyone, and happy One Piece Day. Welcome back to the 1216 podcast. As you can see in today's video, we're getting into some of the best moments from the Straw Hats since One Piece is officially back from its 6-month hiatus. I didn't do like a super long list for all the characters. For each character, I just have like one signature moment that really sticks out in my head for each character. We'll see if we'll be able to add like the video and all that kind of stuff to it so you can actually like see the scene. So it's not just me talking about the scene, but you can actually see it. But me talking about it, you can always go look it up to check it out if you want to see it that way. And most of you probably checking this out are One Piece super fans, so you already know exactly what I'm talking about. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to start from 10 all the way up to 1. So we're starting from the last member to join the crew all the way to obviously the first member of the crew. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it. We are gonna start off with number 10, and that is Jinbei. For him, I don't know what everybody else has. It could be like the moment where he returns in in Wano, when he returns to the crew, or when he gives Luffy blood. But for me, the moment that just really sticks out in my head that I'll never ever forget is when he gives the sake cup back to Big Mom, and he's basically like, yeah, I dream, you know what I mean? My dream is to sail on the seas with the future king of the pirates. I can never be intimidated by an emperor. Like, that shit shook me to my core. Watching it with Brother Sims for the first time, seeing that scene, I was blown away. So it just goes from showing everything that went on earlier with Jinbei basically saying like, yeah, I don't think I'll be, you know, when Ace asked him like, hey, could you look after my brother? And Jinbei is like, hey, Ace, I think you kind of got this kind of confused. Like, I assist strong pirates or pirates that I have a respect for, you know what I mean? And in Ace's head, he's like, yeah, I know that already. Luffy's gonna be one of those motherfuckers you respect, and so be it. So it came. The whole, you know, not Water 7, but the whole impaled down Enies lobby situation and everything with him joining them, and then what he did to make sure Luffy was stabilized as far as like not medically but mentally. His brother was gone, but his crew was still there. That could have been a moment as well for people, but mine was really that moment where it's like, damn, this motherfucker is a boss, you know what I mean? Boss Jinbei, you know what I mean? So that's my moment for Jinbei. Absolutely love it to this day, handing that sake cup back to Big Mom. Now, it's funny because number 9, we're going to stay, essentially, it's the exact same arc, but obviously it's another character. We're going on to Soul King Brook. You said Soul King Brook in what is it, in Whole Cake Island? It's like, yeah, you already know what that is. Fucking when he got a copy of the damn Royal Poneglyph going up against Big Mom. So I guess you could consider that a 2-part where he fights Big Mom, and then he shows later on to the crew that he actually attained the Royal Poneglyph. But the way he showed that he attained the Poneglyph was just like so fucking nonchalant, man. I absolutely loved it. Like, he cracks his head open talking about the stuff that happened with them rescuing him from being with Big Mom and everything. Just cracks his head open, pulls it out, and gives it to Pedro. And Pedro kind of like freaks out, and then the rest of the crew freaks out. It's just like, oh man, it was amazing to see that he went through all of that. Obviously, he wasn't gonna beat Big Mom, but to be able to do that, and still hold on to the copy of it and everything to give to the crew. So now the crew actually has 3 up to this current point. Just crazy, man. The real fucking crazy. So that's gonna be number 9. I got Soul King Brook. Keep on moving up. We move up to number 8, and it is Frankie. Okay, now I bet you're wondering what it is with Frankie, because one of the moments that I definitely think of is and Wano, when he's basically like talking to Nami, saying like, hey, if we do this, basically we'll get to see our captain become king of the pirates type shit. So I really do like that one. But the one that does come up, that really comes up first to mind, is when he burns the blueprints for Pluton. Basically, I mean, it kind of shouldn't count, right? Because he's not technically part of the crew at that point when he does that. But for me, it's because he sees the Straw Hats and their determination to save Robin, essentially that they're going to do whatever the fuck it takes to get her back. So he's like, okay, I can go ahead and trust these motherfuckers, and he went and burned the blueprints, got rid of that shit. So, you can consider that, or you could consider maybe like the first time he busted out the General Frankie and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's definitely the first thing that comes to mind with me for Frankie is when he burned the blueprints because he trusted, he trusted the Straw Hats and their essentially their desire to save their friend and everything. So I really fuck with that. So we're gonna keep moving on. 10, 9, 8. We're gonna go with 7, 7, 7. Number 7. This is a Wano scene, obviously. I absolutely loved this scene. It kind of blew my mind away because in this, obviously, in this scene, there was some stuff that happened beforehand, and then it kind of changed to this later on. So it's gonna be Nico Robin at 7. It's gonna be Nico Robin when it's kind of a two-parter, but it's the same essential kind of thing going on. It's a two-parter when she thanks Sanji for trusting her for relying on her as a friend, and her transforming into her demonio floor form. It just blew me away because as we've seen so far, like all this time, it's Robin talks about, how Saul, the whole flashback with Saul and everything. Someday you'll find friends who mean the world to you, who you can trust, who you can rely on, who have your back no matter what the situation is. So for Sanji to actually call out for Robin because he needed help in the situation, obviously the rest of the crew knew he was fighting a woman because that's the only reason he need help. But still, for him to still call out for her because he needed the help, and just the relationship she has with the crew. Obviously, she's a member of the crew, but the relationship, I mean, just having friends that you can truly trust and rely on because of everything she's been through and her backstory constantly since she's been a kid, on the run from the world government, not really having a place that she could truly feel safe to lay her head because people are always trying to like report her and everything, if they stay with her and all that kind of stuff. So that moment, just that she knows that her friends that they really trust and rely on her, like I really fuck with that. And then the demonio floor, like when she fucking snapped Black Maria in half, chef's kiss, beautiful. You get to see her super powered up. We knew she was one of the stronger fighters, obviously, even before we got to Wano and everything, but her actually getting like this transformation power up type shit, that was really, really, really cool to see, man. So can't wait to see more from that in the future. Hopefully she'll have, well, we know they'll all have more fights, especially when we get to like the Blackbeard situation going up against their crew and everything. But yeah, really can't wait to see that form again. Like I said, really cool to see, and that was my biggest Robin moment for sure. Going on from Robin, we are hitting number 6, and that is Tony Chopper. So for me, I don't. It's kind of it wasn't really a lot of things that I could think of as far as Chopper, because he does have moments, I'll say, but I don't really. There's nothing that really like truly stood out off the top of my head besides this moment, and this is another Wano moment for Chopper. Is when he was able to cure basically everybody on the performance floor. It just shows how serious he takes being able to cure people and diseases and sicknesses and all that kind of stuff from what he's learned from Dr. Koreha and everything with I can't think of his name, but the Dr. Hiralook, and Dr. Koreha, everything he's learned and gone through from that moment in the Drum Kingdom to where he is now, going to the Birdie Kingdom and getting all that information and everything. Like he's really making mom and dad proud type shit. So that was really cool to see him do that. I mean, he did also have another moment earlier on, which was when he did cure everybody who was in the Udon prison. But for me, I think this one is more significant because it's not only the samurai who are on their side, but it's also the not the Tobi Roppo, but the what are they called? the smile, not the smiles. That's the actual smile fruits. But I can't. The gifter, was it the gifters? No, it wasn't the gifters. It was the pleasures and all of them. So being able to actually cure the pleasures and the waiters. There we go. I got to it. But essentially being able to cure them as well, even though they were on the other side, because he doesn't fuck with diseases, plagues, all that kind of stuff. Man-made viruses is like disgusting to him, you know what I mean? So getting to see him come up with the cure, the little conversation he had with Zoro, like you gonna be fine. It's like, yeah, of course, I got this. That's my man, you know what I mean? So to show how far he's come and to be able to really like do complex medical stuff on multitudes of people, like it's really cool to see. He's really gonna be the greatest doctor in the world. Fuck emergency food. He's gonna be the greatest doctor in the world, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be Chopper for me. Really love his development as far as like his medical expertise and being able to help. He's also, obviously, he's not 50 or 100 berry bounty. Chopper could actually get in that bitch and mix it up. So, he's kind of scary. I do, he's part of the weak trio. He's kind of scary, but he does, like, say if he's with like Zoro or something like that, he'll step up and hold his own type shit. So he's not like Usopp, you know what I mean? Like Usopp, I mean, he kind of is, but if he goes into fucking what is it? Not guard point, but heavy point. If he goes into heavy point to start like, fighting or whatever, like he can kind of hold his own type shit. He will be kind of scared, but he can hold his own type shit. So I really fuck with Chopper and how far he's come. So with that, we're gonna get into number 5. Number 5 is going to be Blackleg Sanji. For me, there were so many different moments that I think of with Sanji, but the one I guess that kind of really stuck out to me, he's part of the crew at this point, but it doesn't have anything to do with the crew, if that, believe it or not. This goes to Whole Cake Island. This is essentially when he talks, it's a kind of a two-parter, when he talks to Luffy and he actually does save his family. So he talks to Luffy about wanting to save his family, even though they've done so much shit to him, treated him like dirt, a failure, garbage, all that kind of stuff. It just goes to show that he really is a truly kind person, even though they've done all that stuff to him over, I mean, not his whole life, obviously, until he escaped, essentially, but they did it all through then, and he still wanted to go back and help him. Part of it was because, like he said, his father would be disappointed in him, which is Zeph, obviously Chef Zeph. But the other part is the kindness when we learn about the whole kind of backstory about what his mom did and drinking the poison because she wanted her children to have their humanity, and Sanji was really the only one who was able to get out of there with it, essentially, because of what she drank, because we saw the other 3 have like no humanity at all and all of that kind of stuff. So it was really cool to see. It really speaks to who he is as a person, because had they put me through all that kind of stuff, I don't know how willing I would be to want to save them, even though that is my family. Now, Reiju probably would want to save her. The other ones, on the other hand, including the judge, his dad, not so much, you know what I mean? So it just goes to show how truly caring, truly thoughtful and loving of a person Sanji is. So I really fuck with it. And don't get me wrong, he can still get in and mix it up, you know what I mean? Because a moment that I love, obviously, but it's not the moment that I'm choosing, but the moment that I really do love is 2 of them with him and Zoro when they bust in to save not Otama, or Toko, when they bust in to save Toko from who was it that was gonna shoot her? Was it, I can't even think of his name, but the pink hair Orochi, when he was gonna shoot her and everything after he had killed his father and her father and everything. So that moment, I absolutely love that. And then the kind of back and forth, it wasn't like a speech, but it was kind of like a short little moment where they were basically like, hey, it's like Moss said, you know what this means if we win, right? He was like, yeah, of course. We get to see our first glimpse of Luffy becoming the king of the pirates, you know what I mean? So those 2, I really do love those 2 moments, but I think this moment speaks more to Sanji and who he is, who his character is. So that's why I ended up choosing that one. And then we can jump to number 4. Number 4. Either Sniper King or God Usopp himself. Either one. Whichever one you want to go with. His moment for me. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back up to it. He actually, believe it or not, it sounds kind of crazy, right? He gets 2 moments. The first one, I'm not sure if you all would count it as his moment, but it's when Luffy tells him to shoot down the flag at Enies Lobby. Like I said, I'm not sure if you all would consider that an Usopp moment, because that's really like the whole crew together and Luffy instructing him to do that. So I really just love that. Just, him giving a little speech. This is my new slingshot by the name of Kabuto, and then he, fucking shoots the flame star and burns the fucking world government flag and everything, showing that they are truly going up against the world government. That the world government is their enemies. It doesn't matter, because Robin is our friend, and as long as she's our friend and y'all are coming for us, hey, we down to fight no matter what, when, or what the situation is. We ready to duke it out. This moment is all Usopp essentially. This goes back to Dressrosa, the first time he uses observation haki when he saves Luffy and Law from Sugar. Just getting to see him do that and step his game up type shit. Because we obviously know if they do go up against the red hair pirates, he'd obviously be going up against his pops. So being able to see that, him use observation haki to, shoot the bagworm, basically to make Sugar freak out and pass out, and basically like, yeah, Luffy, no matter what, you may not see it, but I'm the sniper. I got your back no matter what, no matter where you are, no matter what the situation is, I got you. It's my duty as a sniper to always have my captain's back. So I really, really fuck with that, and I consider that an all Usopp moment, you know what I mean? Because he didn't get any instruction really or anything to do that. He was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to do to knock it out. I mean, he did get help with Viola, being able to actually pinpoint where Luffy, Law, and Sugar were in the castle and everything, and through the window panes and helping them out. But he was the one who actually had to hit the shot. So I really fuck with that moment. That's gonna be my my Usopp moment. Then we're here. We're in the big 3 now. Big 3 territory. OG 3. Probably not big 3, because the big 3 is Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. But OG 3, So we're starting there. With number 3, we're hopping in with Nami. So we're gonna go to for her moment. We're gonna go to. There have been a couple of moments with her as well. But I think the biggest moment for me was Wano, when she's going up against Uti essentially, and Uti's basically saying like, yo, Captain, he pissed me off from what he said about him going to be the king of the pirates and all that kind of stuff. So if you tell me he was lying, I'll let you off scot free. I'm not gonna hurt you, because she was sitting there giving her the headbutts. You know what I mean? So Nami's basically fucked up, bleeding from the head, in tears. And Usopp's there, so he kind of sees the situation, and him, he's saying like, basically, Nami, it's fine to lie because you don't want to die. With the situation that we're in, we done made it this far. It's no sense in dying now. But it's something about that. I can't lie on my friend's dream, just like what Usopp said. Like, hey, going back to Alabasta, Usopp, you wouldn't let the mole woman, you wouldn't let her talk shit about Luffy in his dream. So you already know, coming from your situation, Nami's not going to be able to sit there and sit still and let her say that, or make her say that Luffy's not going to be king of the pirates. You know what I mean? We know he's going to be king of the pirates. Everybody on the crew believes in him. So there was no way she was going to be able to get Nami to not feel that way. You know what I mean? So I truly love that. She stuck to her guns, even though she would have probably killed her with another headbutt or whatever. But I truly, that moment was just, man, it was something for real. To see, leaking from the head and everything, dire straits, dire situation. And if you say, if you say that Luffy's going to be king of the pirates, you going to end up dead. So for her to stick to her guns, even in that situation, Damn, truly remarkable. I really fuck with her for it, and that's gonna be my Nami moment. Now we are into the big two, the best duo in all of anime, Luffy and Zoro. Obviously, we're gonna go with Zoro as number two. He's gonna be first. For me, this goes way, way, way back before a pre-time skip. We obviously have so many fucking clutch cold Zoro moments, but for me, this is always gonna stand out as the moment. Nothing happened. It's really, I mean, I don't really know what I need to say about that or how much I need to say about that. If you know, nothing happened. Zoro essentially taking all the pain from Luffy, Kuma Trent with his paw ability, pushing all the pain out of Luffy, which we've seen, later on we've seen, with Kuma being able to, that ability being able to take certain things out of people's body and everything. So in this instance, he's taking pain out and he gives all the pain to Zoro. It's like, bro, you saw what a small tiny fragment of the pain did to Zoro when Kuma knocked it out and hit it towards him, and Zoro's body instantly started like going fucking haywire. So you knew the huge paw pad, you knew if that whole thing hit him, it would probably kill him. They go off to another situation. He knocks Sanji out because Sanji's like, he'll do it. Zoro knocks his ass out and takes off. Kuma gives it to him. He's like, hey, listen, I just need to go to another area and we can do it there. They take off. They go to a different area. He hits it to him. We come to find out later, Sanji is looking for him because he was the only one who was up and saw what happened and knows what was going on, him and Brook. So Sanji ends up going off. He finds Zoro and he starts talking to him before realizing what Zoro was actually looking like. And just in this pose, he asking Zoro what happened. And motherfucker said, what happened here? Nothing happened. Said, so that was just the ability for him to truly be Luffy's right hand, to really ride or die for Luffy so he can help Luffy accomplish his dream. Like that, he's the second hand, he's the right or second hand, second in command, right hand, whatever you want to say, however you want to look at it. He's the type of person you definitely want by your side because he's gonna have your back no matter what the situation is. And I truly fuck with his character because of that. Just so many moments, so many instances. Him and Luffy for sure, out of the crew, they have the most and the best moments, the most memorable moments, no question, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So yeah, I just that just sticks out as the ultimate Zoro moment for me, man, taking that pain for Luffy on Thriller Bark. So we made it to number one, the head honcho, the man, the leader of the Straw Hat Pirates himself, fucking Monkey D. Luffy. There's so many things I could talk about because obviously he's my favorite anime character of all time. There's so many different moments that he has. I could do like 20 different things that he does that I actually absolutely, that's what I should say. That's what I'm trying to say. Absolutely love. I'm gonna give you the honorable mention. Honorable mention for him. This was my this I still love it to this day. Seeing him go second gear for the first time. Obviously, Gear 5 was spoiled for everybody in the world. We all saw what that was gonna look like beforehand. I hadn't seen third gear. I had kind of seen Bounce Man in some videos and whatnot, but at that time I didn't know really anything about One Piece. I didn't have context or actually know what it was. When he was training against Rayleigh and you see him do it for the first time, I saw that video. But I didn't see Snake Man at all. So second gear and Snake Man, those were really the only two that I saw, actually saw watching the anime and didn't get spoiled. And the fucking chills that I got when he put his fucking fist to the ground and all the smoke started coming out. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And then his legs go up and shoot back down and he starts turning a bright pinkish color. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is he finna do? And then he just, hey, knocks out Blue Note, goes crazy, fucking Gum Gum Jet Pistol. He was like, hey, he think he could take the shit because you know he'd been fighting before. He told you all his steps, all his moves just went up a level. So that's honorable mention for me. Nothing. I really really love that transformation. That was just really everything for me. But obviously, not obviously, but the biggest moment, the best moment for me currently is what we just recently watched, and that was in Wano. The moment where all of the but the moment Law, Kid, Zoro, and Luffy arrive on the rooftop, and Luffy, you know, does the whole fucking fist, the punch bag, with Yamato giving the speech in the background about what Roger said about the 20 years in the future, or Odin said 20 years into the future, new people will come and they will you know, finish off what we weren't able to do, blah blah blah, all of that kind of stuff. That whole, just the moment, the music, her talking, just everything about that shit was like chills, bro. And then he finally gets up there and he's standing in front of Kaido and Big Mom, and they start talking, and he just walked straight past them, bro, because you see the Akazaya, they're all on the ground because they had just got whooped by Kaido, and you see him just walk past them, and then he starts talking to Kinemon, and he kind of like, you know, he's feeling the emotion. It's kind of like a flash, not flash, was it a flashback? Kind of, it wasn't necessarily a flashback, but it was kind of like looking at shit in a better sense, you know what I mean? Actually talking to him and everything. So that, you know, just seeing that, and then entwined with the scene of how they actually looked, you know, blood, and Kinemon started talking and he coughed up all the fucking blood and everything, and just the emotions behind that. Fucking, could you put the land of Wano on your back? Of course I can, because we're friends, I got you type shit like that. And then him telling Traffy to put everybody downstairs, and him fucking doing Gum Gum Rare Rock and knocking Kaido to the fucking ground. Like that moment, just, man, that just encapsulated who that man Luffy is, coming here to do stuff for his friends, going up against the most powerful forces or whatever you can think of, all to make sure his friends can live and enjoy life. You know what I mean? Just amazing, man. Just amazing. So that's gonna be my top, or most top moments, most memorable moments. Not sure what I'm gonna title the video. Maybe most memorable moments for One Piece characters. But yeah, that's gonna be it for everybody's moments. Some people had, you know, 2 moments because I wasn't sure how to, like, you know, cut it or whatnot, or different scenes, but they're all part of the same kind of moment type shit, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel. Those are moments for all the characters, starting from the last member to join all the way to the starter, the founder, Monkey D. Luffy himself. So happy One Piece Day, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all are as excited as I am for today, for One Piece to be back. We have 1 new episode today. We have 1 recap episode, which is going to be like 83 minutes. So like basically a movie recap of One Piece. Everything up to, I'm guessing, Honesty Impact with Kobe. So maybe everything through Egghead. So all of those episodes kind of smushed down into an 83-minute long recap. Then we'll have, 11:23 on today, and then 11:24 tomorrow. So back-to-back days of One Piece episodes. I know you all are excited as I am tuning in to see this on One Piece Day, man. So hope you all did enjoy the video, because I know you're excited to see One Piece later on today. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for making it to this point in the video, because this is probably the longest video that I've done personally by myself. A lot of talking, a lot of you know, talking about the moments and all that kind of stuff. No actual reaction to stuff. When the edit, hopefully I'll be able to put clips of what I'm talking about for each character and everything. You know, maybe split the screen, or it'll be up instead, and then I'll come back talking. Something like that. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to get the actual visuals, the visuals into it. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for making it this point in the video, because if you did, you basically made it to the end, and it truly helps out the video, which truly helps out the channel. If you did watch it, you did like it, you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. You want to see more from the 1216 podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified anytime 12 might drop something, anytime I might drop something, anytime we might drop something together, anytime we might go live, hit that notification bell, select all, and I will see y'all in the next one.
Yeah. Oh.